Hello friends, this is a pre-recorded video we had on Instagram some seasons ago on why people are attacked. In this video, we try to discuss the different forms of attacks and the different categories of spiritual attack. Take a listen, don't forget to share, subscribe, and also take down some points. This is a spiritual counselor. Enjoy.
There's something that I feel that we should do. I'm still seeking for the permission for that spiritually. Should I receive that permission, then we would be able to do the process wherein we are going to have an online session. So every season I go to a secluded place, a solitary place, and seek the presence of God from towards the end of the year to the beginning of the new year. And I know that there are persons who have some of these cultures, people who perhaps you carry out a fast beyond your own personal, your own church, your own religious denomination fastings. You should be able to have a spiritual culture, a spiritual consecration that you engage in by yourself for yourself as you conclude or as you begin the new year. There are many persons. I'd like you to understand that it is not only you that is looking for what you are looking for. I'd like you to write it down. There are many fellows, there are many persons that are seeking the things wherein you are seeking. It is not only you. It is not only you that is looking for what you're looking for. So as you engage, as we conclude the year, and as we pray for a new year, you must understand the precedence. You must understand the consecration. You should even set up a consecration for. I've said this thing here severally. There are people wherein they can receive from God directly what to do by themselves for themselves. God can give you an instruction. There are people where on their birthdays, they always come to tell me, I received this instruction. I want to do it. I want to check. Is it in line with what? But this is what God told me about you. And so oftentimes when I do a check for them, you'll see that these are instructions that were given to them accurately by their spiritual guide or their spiritual angels or by God Almighty. So I want you to develop that culture. Something you must do personally, your own consecration, because we are living in times, you are living in times wherein you don't know what people do, you only know what they show to you. You don't know what people do, you only know what they show to you. People are doing so many things. I was speaking somewhere, and I told someone about, I said that there's what we call kashak in spirituality. Tonight we want to talk about three things, very, very, very short. I'm not going to talk lots of conversation because I've got spiritual works this night. So I said that there's what we call kashak. Kashak is like a kind of spiritual enchantment that many persons do. So what they do, for instance, let's say you are selling moi moi, or you're selling coconut rice, you're selling food, or you're into fashion, something like that, in your environment, in your terrain. And I'd like you to understand that for every season, there is a deployment of a certain level of wealth spiritually that is given to different businesses, different sectors, different businesses that is going on amongst mortals at different points every season. I'd like you to understand this. So they can say that for those who are selling moi moi, this particular month, all those who are selling moi moi, we've allocated the sum of, let's say, 500 million or 200 million or 50,000 or 40,000 or whatsoever to all the individuals in these environs that is selling moi moi. I'd like you to understand this. And so let's say there are 7 persons selling that moi moi. And this wealth is supposed to be shared among these persons depending on how they go about their craft and their businesses. Follow me. I'm going to show you something. And so a particular person wakes up and goes to do kashak, a certain form of spiritual enchantment. I want to explain something to you. How well you would see people say, there is no business, there's no market, nothing is happening, nothing is, but someone that is doing what you're doing around that environment seems to be having so much of the pool of the client and the customers. Now, please understand this. Not everyone, although kashak is both negative and positive. Kashak is a spiritual process, both negative and positive. So let's say someone has gone to do kashak towards the negative side. And so he sells moi moi and he wakes up and he goes to do. So he does it and he comes back towards his business. Now, one of the things that thing does is that all the clients that were meant to bring you money, all the customers, all the business opportunities that were meant to bring, that individual begins to be the only one pulling those things to his or herself. And so you are wondering, why are you in a place and with every effort you are doing, you don't seem to see any productivity? You don't seem, this individual, sometimes that person may not even be doing up to what you're doing. This is why we must sit up in our spiritual lives. I was talking to a friend, he came to see me some days ago, and I was talking to him. I said, if you don't sit up in your game, what is meant for you will be taken from you and added to another. If you don't sit up, we are moving to a system, we are moving to a stage, to a phase spiritually, a season wherein if you are not spiritually alert, the little blessings you think you are gathering will be taken from you and added to another, with or without your permission. Things are happening. And so I said, you don't know what people do. You only know that which they show to you, or perhaps just your own. People are doing so many things. And that is why every time I come on these live sessions, I try to ignite in us the consciousness of what is happening. Tonight we want to talk about three things. Three things or three categories of people that are easily attracted, or that tend to become more responsive or more threatened by spiritual attack or negative forces. There are about 6 categories, but we'll share 3 tonight. 3 very significant ones. As we go further, you will understand why you seem to be doing lots of prayers and it appears that your prayers are going nowhere. But the person, have you not wondered why you have introduced many persons to different platforms, and many of those persons you have introduced to that platforms, some of them have come to record testimonies of their encounters, testimonies of their life to you, and yet you that was the signpost to that place, you are yet to see what is happening in your life. Why is it that oftentimes you sleep every day? You seem to be the only one amongst your friends, amongst your family members, that is experiencing a perpetual torment of evil. I'm going to tell us tonight why that is possible. I'm seeing some persons are trying to call in. Do not call in. Do not call in. Number 1, we have what is called the PASH. P-A-S-H. The PASH. P-A-S-H. P-A-S-H. So over time, there is something we're going to introduce. We're going to be seeing how we can bring people live, wherein you can ask questions for few seconds. We can have interactive sessions. Spirituality is very interactive. Spirituality is very interesting. You get to, every one of us have different encounters. We have what we call the pash. We're talking about 3 categories of people that become more vulnerable to spiritual attacks. The pash. These are otherwise called destiny helpers. Destiny helpers. The pash. P-A-S-H. There are many pashes. There are many people who are pash on this platform. Many, so many of them. One day I was doing I asked people to drop their name for something, and whilst I was looking at the name, the angel will show to me different volumes of people, the populations of people on this platform that God has given the destiny of a destiny helper. It's not everyone. Please understand something before we go further. It is not everybody that has been created to help people's destiny. That is why when you beg somebody for money and the person does not give to you, don't be angry, don't be troubled. Just as the Bible said, the gifts of God are different. The giftings of men and the assignment of men are different. There are many persons, they feel that because someone's got money, he automatically should begin to help people. Yes, there are people who can do that by virtue of charity. But destiny helpers, people who will bring people out of a particular onslaught, destiny helpers, it's not everyone. And so we have what we call the pash, destiny helpers. These are people who have been given the spiritual star. These ones, their own kind of star. We talked about stars some seasons ago on this platform. And I told us the different types of stars. We also have what we call the features of stars, different features of stars. One of those features, we have what we call destiny helpers. People within their stars that they have a feature. When you say feature, that's characteristic. They have a feature wherein they are to help people. Many of these people, the enemy doesn't allow them to even have kobo to be able to contribute. Some persons are destiny helpers given to bring people out of financial poverty. But when you look at the life of lots of people, when people come for consultation, you look at when you begin to tell them things, they will say, but where is the money? The things that they have been telling me this thing from one place to another. Why am I experiencing so much? Because the enemy knows the assignment upon your destiny. They know that if they allow you, sometimes, I said it here severally some time ago, I said, there are many people, the enemy is attacking them, not because of them, but because of their destinies that have been connected, interwoven to their lives. There are people, the moment you give them 2,000 kobo, 2,000 naira, the moment you take some money and give to them, little money, tokens, it appears that all hell break loose against you. And there are many of you, someone may see you, the moment the individual sets himself or herself to assist you, calamity, he cannot understand what is happening to his life, what is happening to his business. Something is not happy. There are many people. It is not everybody that is going through one thing or the other that is primarily engineered by their village people. Not everybody. Some people, it is the village people of those whom you have been sent to be an helper. The Bible says, cursed is he that is upon the tree. For because of the sins of the whole world, he took upon himself the sins of the world. By virtue of that, he was accused and accursed. There are many persons. Your life ended. The blessings of your life was because they saw that the way you were going, You see, these things they say that the devil knows so much about our lives is a lie. It's not true. It's not entirely true. I can tell you categorically, it's not entirely true. The enemy is always making findings about our lives. The enemy has known so much about, does not have the totality. There are only two beings that have the totality of your life. Number one, it is the Almighty. And number two, it is your star. Please understand this. The enemy does not know so much about your life. That is why when you go to those who do some of these evil things and funny things, they can tell you things about yourself, but they can never tell you everything. There are so many things about you that will still be concealed from them. The enemy is always making findings. So when they look, they say, this person. So because so many persons, they never thought that this individual will amount to this level. And that is why I always remind us, you cannot afford to live your life anyhow because you think that things are suddenly beginning to work for you. You can't try that. You can't afford. There are many persons, maybe where they didn't have shingpai. They will fast and pray very well. They carry out every spiritual process. The moment someone transfers 50,000 or 200,000 or 10,000 to the account, suddenly they stop doing what they used to do when they had nothing. You are joking. I said it that the best time to do spiritual work is when all is working. Oh, that is when to do work for yourself. The Bible says, let he that thinks he stands, let him take heed, because to fall is very easy. Number two, I say we are not going to take time. So we have the first one, the PASH, destiny helpers. If one of the features of your destiny is to be a PASH, is to be a blessing, is to be a destiny helper, I tell you nothing but the truth. Prepare yourself for calamity. Prepare yourself for onslaught. Prepare yourself. You may be the only one in your family wherein every day they come to feed you in your sleep. I did a spiritual work for a man. This individual, many years ago, then I used to have this stuff, so I'll go. So I think it was his wife that came for that meeting, and the wife and the angel will pick the wife, and we began to talk about her. And after the session, and the angel would even show the husband. And so I told her, I said, I would like to see your husband. And the wife said, no, it's not possible. That as for my husband, he will not see you, he will not come. That he says everything that has to do with church, spiritual worship, he's not interested. That he has done everything, he's gone to everywhere, he won't see you, he's not coming. I say, oh wow. He said, yes, he's not coming. I said, so you're going to do something for him. I said, you will do this prayer. I gave a prayer, a process to do. And I said, at the end of that day, you speak to him concerning me and tell him the things that I told you and the meeting at which you come. And so I think she did the process about the end of the day, just as I instructed that she carried out the process. And she said she was surprised at the manner at which the man was cool and calm. And the man said, where is this guy? I want to see him. And so they arranged the meeting, and we saw and we met. Now, whereas we began to talk, this man, I'd like you to understand this now, began to tell me for the past 8 years how every night he sleeps, they will come and they will cook food. And for some reason, he will just realize that they will make sure that he will eat this food. But this is the part at which I want to tell you. He told me he's got like 3 brothers or 4 brothers, different in different parts of the country. Each night he eats that food. All of anytime. Sometimes it could be once in a week or twice in a week, but anytime he eats that food, all his other siblings must eat in their dream. He told me, God is my witness, what I'm telling you. Anytime he eats in the dream, every of his siblings in different parts of the country, they must eat in that dream. And of course, you know, seasons after disaster, there will be error in his business, error in his place of work, error in the other people, till he was fired. These individuals had the feature of a destiny helper. The enemy saw this and they said, if we allow this one, let me rush. Number 2, we have what we call the kini. Kini, K-I-N-I, kini, K-I-N-I, kini. I'd like you to write this down, kini. I want to be very swift because I have a very short time. Kini, K-I-N-I. These ones are spiritual warriors. I'd like you to write it down. These ones are spiritual warriors. They are more like mother hens. Now, it could be male, it could be female. They have the feature of a warrior, of a protector. So these are people whose spiritual energy covers and protect others consciously and unconsciously. These categories of people, their spiritual energy serves as a covering. If somebody who is a kini is in your family, there are many things that will never happen in that family. But those things may be happening in the life of that individual. The individual becomes the one taking the catastrophe of that family. He or she becomes the shield for that family. I'm giving us these things such that we may know and we may have understandings, and such that we may also know how to pray should you see yourself in any of these formats. The individual, these ones are warriors. I told us here some seasons ago, I said God has a way of taking our spirits. Now, this is specific for those who are of this category. God has a way of taking your spirit to go and deliver people without your permission. There are people like that. There are people when you sleep, you have dreams, some kind of dreams. Maybe before you wake up, you had forgotten the dream. They've slapped it out of you. You can't recall again. But your body makes you feel that like you went to fight for someone. These ones are shield. And if you see yourself in any of this category, you have to pray harder. You see, when we talk about spiritual attacks, we are not just talking about the termination of your finances. We are not just talking about lack as it relates to materialism. We are talking about anything that will give you joy and peace. The enemy, there are people, see, there are 3 categories of people that in their star, in their destiny, they are never supposed to be rich because they choose it whilst they were coming. One day we'll talk about those categories of people. There are 3 of them, 3 categories of people. And if there is no spiritual work, you can't see anything. But one of the things that can happen is that they may always have sufficient enough for what they need. But you see that they have so much that they begin to give here and there. It cannot happen. There are people like that. 3 categories of people. They choose what they will come in their destiny. These things you may not see them. They may not teach you in your churches. 3 categories. Some of them, they may say that exchange this one for children, exchange this one for power, exchange this one for this. You say, somebody asked me, said she met a fellow. The woman is late now. The woman had so much authority in her tongue, but she didn't know why she was living in so much poverty. She said, spiritual counselor, why would this individual with this level of authority not have people that will take it upon themselves to help her? And I said there are 3 things involved. It's either this person had chosen that destiny before coming, or the fellow, the things, the platform at which that individual got that power from was not in tandem with his or with her destiny. And so I also made it known to her that spirituality, spiritual power does not always translate to wealth. It is not everybody that you see that has got spiritual authority that will be wealthy. So I wrote something on this platform some time ago. I think that was some days ago. I said, in our destinies, wealth is relative. Your own wealth could be peace of mind and longevity. The enemy does not attack the things that you think. The enemy attacks the thing they know that will take away your joy, the source of your joy. So people who are spiritual warriors, they become shield for others. Number 3, we have what we call the Lani. Lani. L-A-N-I. The Lani. The Lani. We have 6 categories of these people. You see, as I'm talking, there are many persons that may be seeing themselves in this picture. You have wondered why things happen to you the way they do. Tonight I am bringing it to your understanding why you are probably suffering the way you do. Why the consistency in the attacks upon your life. The angel began to teach me this thing many years ago. I remembered where I told us here 6 years ago, six years old, I would see that my first time in my life I saw an angel. I told us that I thought that it was a ghost, and I was very scared. And I went to my mom and I said that I saw a spirit. My mom said that I was very hungry, and so she made soup, lots of food for me to eat. And this being will come. And one of the things the being told me then was that he has come to give me, said, I've come to give you understanding into all things in the spirit realm, but you will suffer many things. You will suffer many things. I didn't understand that statement because I was very young. But I can tell you that I have suffered many things. The Bible talked about Paul. It said, for by virtue of the volumes of knowledge that was given to him, a messenger of Satan was sent to torment him. And the Bible said, he said, 3 times have I prayed for this thing to be taken away from me. But only one answer. He said, my grace is sufficient for you. Tonight I want you to begin to pray. Even as you end this year, you have prayed all the kinds of prayers that you have been praying. Perhaps Perhaps you've never heard that by virtue of what you carry, spirits will be deployed to see to it that you have no sleep at night. If we go further in this series, you will see the intercessors, those who have been given into the ministry of intercession. You will see their plight, you will see their cross, you will see that they will pray for these things. I was talking to a pastor friend of mine. He has a very big stuff into ministry, Deliverance. And when we met earlier, I told him, he told me how he would deliver lots of people and they will not remember him. He would begin to tell me how people are very wicked and heartless and no gratitude. And I said, let's do a consultation first. And I told him the problem is not the people. The problem is that there is a spirit that is pushing the people away. Why? Because that spirit wants to mock you. The spirit wants to side you. That spirit is doing that thing as a reprisal, as an attack, as a counter attack by virtue of what you have been doing against their strongholds. So the next time you go to that church and you see that individual who seemed to be very much on fire and yet his shoe has turned to two, understand something. Begin to make intercessions for him. Part of his problem may have been as a result of him taking up the responsibility of standing in the gap for people. I tell you this thing categorically. I tell you these things of a truth. There are people wherein they are given. It's not just that you set yourself to be praying for every day. As long as it is in your destiny, it is in your destiny. There are many persons, they don't know why things are happening. They'll say, but I'm not doing anything to know. No. Have you checked your destiny to know the features in your destiny? The Bible talked about Jesus. When you read Matthew chapter 2, the Bible said that when they saw that which was written concerning him, Herod was very angry. He said, this one, we will kill him. We will kill this one, we will destroy him. The Bible talked about Moses. He said, when the mother saw the destiny of that child, and that is why I am telling you, parents, check the destinies of your children. Forget these things that you do. Check consciously. Observe the destinies of your children. Do not allow life to detect the destinies of your children for you. Check. The Bible said, as they saw, when the mother saw that which was of him, he said the mother hid him, because he saw that this one is different. There are many spirits that investigate destinies of it. That's why you see a madman. You see a madman. That mad fellow you are seeing in that person, most often you see so many things happening. They know that if they allow you for things to go smoothly as it's supposed to be, you will one day. So we have Lani, the last one. We have Lani. These are people who came to rewrite history, either in their family, in their ancestry, in their generation, in their kindred, in their community, or in their country, or even in the world at large. These are Lanis. They are historic writers. They are history breakers. There are people like this. In fact, in this Lani, we have 9 subcategories of Lani. They see that in your family, no one buys a car or drive. No one has ever flown before. No one builds a house and lives there. And they see that you are the one that will come and build the house and live. And everything that you will do to gather money to build the house, they will ensure that that money is scattered. These things I tell you, you may not understand. You see, the enemy does not attack because of now. The attack is to terminate the seed of the future. When you see the enemy attacking your children, it's not because they just want your children to be messed up, because they have seen the fragrance of the destinies of that child. What does an innocent child, every child below the age of 1, according to that which the Bible wrote concerning what Jesus was born, every male child, what does a male child of a 1-year-old toddler, what threat is that child to the kingdom? What threat? But because of the destinies of the future, the legacy of the future, these Lani people, the ones that are meant to come and change the history of the family. See, when the angel began to teach me these things for myself, I can one time one of my uncle's wife was reminded me some I think some months ago. Was telling me, he said, so many years ago, I remember, Ben, how you were fasting, and you fasted so much that you told me you fasted and blood was, I think you were vomiting blood, or blood was coming out. I'd forgotten. She was reminding me that incident. She said, you will put water outside, you will pray, you will go back to the water, you pray on the water, you were fasting all through, you will not eat. And blood was coming. You fasted and you were vomiting blood. And I said, I've even forgotten. Don't allow anyone to deceive you. No one changes the course of their destiny at convenience. No one does that. As long as there is something unique about your destiny, you can't move. They can't let you be. This prayer, these things that they tell us, wherein they pamper you, the spirit realm is not like that. I told her I'd forgotten. I've even forgotten. Oh, when they began to teach me about these things, and I saw it in my life, that there is an aspect of this thing that is reflecting me, I did not need motivation to begin to pray. There is something you will hear, and food will automatically, you will lose appetite for food. And she said, she was telling me those things. Wickedness has foresights. I want you to get this as we close. Wickedness, write it down. Wickedness has foresights. If God can show you your destiny in a space of 25 years, 10 years, 15 years, 5 years from today, you will begin to take serious your spiritual life. People do not tell you what they do. People only tell you what they want to tell you. People are doing many things. As long as you have seen yourself in this diagram, begin to take your life serious. Wickedness has foresight. They see, they know how far you will go. Because each day they investigate. So Lani are those who have been sent to rewrite destiny. learning. Those who have been sent to rewrite history. In your family, there are people who do not marry on time, and they see that you are drifting towards engagement, there are many families that the women do not marry. I've done a work for people like that they will just take in and put to birth, and that's it. Nobody comes to in fact, sometimes the man, some families, they don't even, the family of the woman does not even get to know who the man is, who the father of the child is. And they see that you are the one likely going to rewrite this nonsense. And the spirit say, how can you be the one? For those people who will be traveling to their communities, particularly this festive season, some of you go to places, they tell you, go and bring sand from your father's house, from your grandmother's grave, from your great-grandfather's where you used to cook food, from the backyard, the front row. Don't try that nonsense. Do not try that nonsense. Some of the things that they tell you to do, there are many instructions that have been given to people that have landed people in more problems than what they were presently dealing with. Allow your father's house, your great-grandfather's son, to breathe. Allow them. Allow them. It is not that one that they will use for family deliverance for you. Deliverance is personal. Deliverance is personal. Don't go to carry, particularly for those who are in the culture of those things. They'll tell you, go to the village stream, go and fetch water from that stream, bring it. I don't have time to go into that. It is not in those things that causes deliverance. As long as your spirit is no longer intended. You see, you can be sleeping in your father's house, but spiritually, you are far away from your father's house. And you can also be far away from your father's house by virtue of distance, physical distance. And yet, spiritually, the proximity to your father's house is like the proximity between your nose and your mouth, spiritually. So, it is not in those acrobatics. It is in having understanding. I'm going to stop here for tonight. I want to take some people. I had promised last season that we are going to take some few persons and see how we can. It's been long we connected people to their spiritual angels. And I want you to drop your name and your surname, especially as we conclude this year. So if we have a podcast for the end of the year, we're going to have a session. Should we, before the end, should we be able to? But should we not be able to? Ask God to give you your personal consecration for yourself as you end the year. Ask God to give you Ade Ogun Bosede. Get a biro. As I call your name, I'm going to be dropping the name of the kind of angel working with you, and perhaps some instruction. Ade Ogun Bosede. Ade Ogun Bosede. You have the angel of fire working with you. The angel of fire. The angel of fire. You're going to be feeding your angel once in a while. You make you cook something that has, cook something with palm oil. Pray on it, eat a portion of it, and share it to people. Something with palm oil. As you do that, after a while, anytime you're looking for something, feed that angel. The angel of fire. Adeogun Bosede. Adeogun Bosede. Don't follow anyone to water, any kind of water deliverance, wherein they will take you, they want to take you to water side, all those things. Don't, that is for Adeogun Bosede. Don't do it. Be careful. Especially this period, be careful. La Vida Jude. La Vida Jude. La Vida Jude. You have the angel of creativity. Give things to mad people. Give things to the insane ones. Give things to the insane. Give things to insane people. La Vida Jude. Give things to the insane. Especially this festive season. Try and locate those who are mentally deranged. Give things to them. Pray and give things to them. The angel of creativity, the angel of healing also is connected with you. The angel of healing. So I'm going to be taking many names tonight. So I'm saying Justus Benson. Justus Benson. If I call your name, just write it. If you miss it, you can always come back to rewatch this podcast. Justus Benson. Justus Benson. Pray for your head. Feed your head. I've done a podcast on how to feed your star. I think somebody should write it out for you or something, or go through the podcast, go through the page. You should see something. Feed your star. Feed your star. Your head is too open, it's too vulnerable. It's too open. Feed your star. Feed your star. That's what you need to do. Feed your star with coconut water, with bitter cola, with alligator pepper, and with money. And you can add honey as well. You feed your star. Put a little, each of that thing, you chew a little portion of it, don't swallow it, bring it out, put it on your belly button, put it on the center of your head, put it on your belly button, put it on your toes, your 2 toes. Each of those portions, you put it, and you put on the cap. Could be like a white scarf or a napkin or something. You cover your head and you pray whatever you want, everything you want. Then the following, you have to cover your head till the following morning. I've taught how to feed your star here, so you feed your star such that the things that are coming for you, you will not miss them. Feed your star. So there is this person I'm seeing, Fatimot Ajoke. Fatimot Ajoke. Hi. It's like they used to worship masquerade in your family. Masquerade. There is a spirit of masquerade that is hovering around you, Fatimot. The spirit is angered. Fatimot Ajoke. You have to pray for yourself. Pray for yourself. You can get honey. There is something about masquerade in your family. Perhaps they have a masquerade icon, a masquerade something wherein they used to worship. You have to be careful. You have to pray very well. Pray very well, and also against death, untimely death. untimely death. I'm going to take 2 last persons, and that will be the end for tonight. 2 last persons. Everyone who have been supporting this platform, I pray that sometimes I did a post. Some people open. So I want to be sure that none of you are belonging to any WhatsApp platform by now. After that public note I dropped, I want to be sure none of you. I see that some persons open some platforms. Some persons, out of their magnanimity, out of their selflessness, wanted to make donations, and so they said they open the WhatsApp platforms, what they said. And so I always like that whatsoever we are doing. You see, this year they did not instruct us for me to come here and write that we do any donation for the month of December, though there are people who are coming personally on their own. They said they want to make donation. I should buy something and give on their behalf. The angel has also told me, myself personally, to buy something personally by myself, make prayers and give out to people. This one is personal. There are people who also have said they have received personal instructions like that, and they've come to me and they made donation. If you feel that conviction, or you feel that leading, you have that leading to reach out, maybe you can't do it in your region by virtue of one thing or the other in your place or something, and you feel like you want to make donations such that we can do it on your behalf or something, no problem. But you see, everything we do on this page have to be spiritually inspired, especially if it is something that has to do with a collective thing. Everything we do on this platform, especially if it's something that needs a collective thing. Many people, there are certain instructions we give here, and you see that after that you will never see that instruction again. You would never see us ask for such again. You would never see us engage in that again, because it was for the time. The Bible says for the vision is for an appointed time, for a time. So this year people have asked me, are we not doing anything for these people for the month of December? I think last year about this time we did something like that. We did donation. That was because I was instructed for us to do that. So I've told us that every instruction you see on this platform, perhaps the angel wants to be a blessing to people, and they decide to say, okay, I'm going to bless someone and we want to do something. All of you should do a donation and give something to the blind or something. Outside that, should you have a personal let's say you have a personal leading and you feel that, okay, you want to make donation personally, that's fine, no problem. So by now I am certain that you are not on any platform, because there were too many. These ones will come and say, okay, we have opened a platform, I want to seek your consent. This one will come and say, we open a platform. This one will come and say, we want to open it, we are galvanizing people to make donations for you. And so it was overwhelming, and I said, no, this can't be. Please understand, these people, I don't know, but, and so I gave that public note that every WhatsApp platform initiated on the note or the grounds of wanting to galvanize people to make donations towards what we do here should be aborted, in as much as I appreciate that selflessness, such that we can have control. Because there are many persons who clone our pages and they use our names, and we try as much as possible to put a disclaimer every day that this is not me. Thank God Instagram came and verified us. So please understand that the world is very, very creepy. So if you're belonging to any platform by now, any WhatsApp platform, in the name of you donating money for gift to me, please come out of it now. I have instructed the captains of the ones that I knew I learned that there's another one also that, please, I used to have a WhatsApp platform many years ago when I still had lots of time. So every 2 days, I think twice in a week, I would teach on that platform, and I would type, I would teach, and it was very wonderful then. It was a small circle where we had a good time. People would come, people would ask questions, I would answer. It was so interesting. I wish I can do that again. Sometimes I wish that we can just have a very small circle wherein we just have interactions. It was a long time ago. Sometimes I just wish we can just have an interaction. I think that next year, like as God will have it, we would see how we can have sessions, very small session. It could be web. It could be as God would want us to. By the leading, we would see how it would go. It was very interesting. Then we used to have interactive session. People will ask me very terrible questions. See, all these questions that you see some persons now. I'm also reminded. Should please understand something. I see that sometimes some persons come to when we post something, they come and ask us very wonderful questions. I've told us something here. I said that everyone's comprehension are not the same. If you are answering question, if you are answering anyone based on a question that someone have asked, no matter how angry, you cannot be more angry than I am. You see, I don't talk, I just ignore sometimes. After painstakingly writing, explaining, detailing, someone will still come and ask you, do you mean that blue is blue? We had put a process there and everything. And someone will still come and ask, please, can you? Sometimes they will even come to my DM and say, can you explain this thing again? So you cannot be more angry and more displeased than I. So if you are painstakingly also wanting to assist them by giving them answers, please do it politely for them. Sometimes some of these persons are just coming to this page. Sometimes they may not have an understanding. Some of you are principalities on this platform. You've been here for so many seasons and you know everything here. But please don't be rude to people here. Those who are rude on this platform, they don't stay here. Oh, we don't keep them. No matter who you are, spirituality is sensitivity. Don't be rude to people. Assist them. The Bible says, if you see this one falling, you will understand and give an helping hand. Don't do that disdainly. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be insultive. Don't do that. I see sometimes some persons do it. And they said, can't you see? And they begin to exchange. No, we don't want that yet. Don't do that. The ones, if you know that the question annoyed you, just allow them. Do like me. Allow them for a while. When your village people have gone for a while, then you can come and assist them. When you are angry, you mind what you say. You don't say your mind. Don't do that. Please. Please. We're going to close for tonight. Thank you to all of you who have been a blessing. I pray that God will sustain us. Those of us who have significant destinies, that by virtue of our destinies, we have encountered too many attacks. As the year ends, may that problem ends with this year. May the Lord lift us above the principalities sent against our destinies. I pray that God will give us wisdom, even beyond the instructions on these pages, that we will know what to do. The Bible says, for he himself knew what to do. I pray that the information that we will need to know, the revelation and the spiritual exercise that we will carry out, that will feed our stars and lift us away from calamity, that the Almighty will impress it upon our spirits. I pray with us and for us that any prayer we have done in one place, in one platform, in one versions or the other, that the Spirit of the Almighty will put his finger upon those things, that results will begin to come. The Bible said that when the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dreamt. And the heathen said, the Lord has done great things. Great things will be done in our lives. The shame that was put upon us is reversed. Put a little saliva on your thumb, on your finger, and put it on your belly button as I pray with you now. We pray joining faith with the angels that are walking with us, that anything we seek between now and as the year ends, may the testimonies of our expectation come to us without struggles. I pray that we will see the light of God. I pray that the essence, the Bible says, show us a token of that which was said concerning you. I pray that we will begin to see the tokens of the mercies of God. That others that have received one testimonies or the other, we will not be exempted. We will not be exempted. We will not be exempted. Our lights will begin to shine. Our light will begin to shine. The Bible said, and your light shall attract many. Even the heathens shall say, even the heathen shall come to the glory of thy rising. That in the name of Jesus, we will not be exempted from the good things of life. Everything that is apportioned to our destinies for good, henceforth it will begin to work for us. These are the words of my mouth, and so shall it be. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen. Thank you to all those who have been a support system. Thank you for those who have been donating. Thank you for your data. Thank you for every time we come here, people make this possible. I want to say a very big thank you for them. And I want to say that your faces, the Bible said, for it covereth our iniquities, that they will not remember. Our errors will not bring us down, and our heads will not bring us calamity. These are the words of my mouth, and so shall they be. Amen. Good night, and do have a pleasant evening.